And before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? Well, really, who is he?
I don't watch the show.
He has a show.
I don't watch the
never
show.
heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess he's just obsessed with me.
Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Here's Joy Behar talking about refusing to share a kidney.
I find my friends bizarre. With a Trump supporter. I won't give them a kidney, but I could be friends with them.
Hey, Joy, it's a kidney, not a pizza.
Joy Behar smirked on camera and said it with a straight face. Who's Greg Gutfeld? As if she just forgot the name of a guy who's been shredding her for years on primetime TV. It wasn't disbelief, it was insult disguised as amnesia. But Gutfeld didn't flinch. Next, she'll say she's never heard of carbs. He fired back, the sarcasm landing like a grenade in a silent room. Her fake confusion wasn't clever, it was calculated. She wanted to dismiss him like he didn't exist, like a ghost she could erase by pretending not to look. But that only fed the fire. Gutfeld, armed with a grin and a verbal machete, carved through her act with no mercy. This wasn't a clash of equals, it was the opening scene of a one-sided massacre. You could almost hear the air shift. Joy thought she was brushing him off. But Gutfeld didn't just clap back, he declared war. And what followed made TV history.
Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. It now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar's moo-moo. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. The motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is.
Gutfeld had barely finished dragging Joy's ego when he flipped the switch from mockery to truth bombs. And that's when it got dangerous. He exposed what The View had spent years hiding, their addiction to dishonesty. Just admit it. He dared them. You hated Trump so much you lied about Biden. No shouting, no stunts, just brutal honesty.
This week, Joy Behar accused Elon Musk of being pro-apartheid, but then begged him afterwards not to sue. Musk lawyers have yet to comment because they're still checking to see if it's legal to sue a cow.
And the killer line? You're still scum, but at least you're honest scum. It was a direct hit to the show's moral core. He shattered the illusion of journalistic credibility, pointing out their sunk cost fallacy. So deep in lies, they can't back out without exposing everything. The room wasn't laughing anymore. It was reeling. Gutfeld turned the mirror on The View, and the reflection was grotesque. No zingers could fix that. Joy's empire of snark and spin suddenly looked fragile, like a house built on quicksand and overdue apologies. And then came the fatal blow. He didn't just roast Joy, he humiliated her legacy on national TV.
Republican presidential candidate Tim Scott dropped by the Furry Five earlier today. And I thought the U.S. had a distinct policy against torture. He took the opportunity to call them out over crap Joy Behar recently said about him, specifically that he doesn't get systemic racism, which is like saying Brian Stelter doesn't get Ben & Jerry's. But Joy Behar gets racism after all. She's been black on Halloween. But Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture.
The queen of clapbacks had nothing. No snark, no sass, just a vacant stare and silence that screamed louder than any insult. Joy Behar, the unshakable veteran of daytime drama, looked rattled. Gutfeld's jabs weren't jokes anymore. They were precision strikes. One after another, he dismantled her persona like it was a rigged set piece in a bad play. Her trademark eye roll? Delayed. Her smirk? Gone. The woman who once devoured political opponents for breakfast was now choking on her own contradictions. And the worst part? It was all live. Millions watched as Joy's armor cracked. No studio laugh track could cover the silence. No co-hosts dared to step in. This wasn't banter. It was collapse in real time. Gutfeld didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He just let her unravel, calmly, completely. And America saw it. Not the character Joy Behar plays, the person behind the mask. Wounded, wordless. But the internet saw more than just silence. It saw the fall of a queen, and the memes exploded. It took minutes, maybe seconds. The clip hit the web, and the internet detonated. Joy Behar's collapse became digital blood sport. Twitter lit up like a war zone, memes dropped like missiles. Greg Gutfeld was suddenly trending as a verbal assassin, while Joy was cast as a relic who finally got roasted into irrelevance. No edits, no mercy. Side-by-side clips of her smirking seconds before the takedown flooded feeds. Reddit threads declared her career officially cooked. Even late-night hosts weighed in. The View wasn't just mocked, it was gutted. Greg didn't just win the exchange, he rewrote the rules of engagement. People weren't asking if Joy lost. They were wondering if she'd ever come back. Because for the first time in a long time, the Queen of Daytime felt very, very small. And Gutfeld, he just stood there, sipping his win like it was morning coffee. And the hits just kept coming, because right when Joy was down, Gutfeld dragged Tim Scott into the ring. Just when you thought Greg might ease off, he tossed gasoline on the fire and lit it with a smile. Republican Senator Tim Scott had just appeared on The View, where Joy smugly claimed he didn't understand systemic racism. Gutfeld didn't let that slide. "Joy Behar gets racism?" he snapped. "She's been black on Halloween." Boom. The room froze. That line didn't just sting, it cracked the floor open. Suddenly, the self-appointed voice of virtue looked like a walking contradiction. Joy's own past, conveniently forgotten, came roaring back. And Greg? He just stood there, calmly peeling her public mask off with surgical precision. It wasn't just hilarious, it was humiliating. Her allies scrambled to spin, but the damage was done. The audience didn't see a bold commentator, they saw someone exposed by her own arrogance. And Gutfeld wasn't done, not even close. Because next, Joy dropped one of the wildest, pettiest lines ever caught on TV, and Gutfeld turned it into pure gold. "I wouldn't give a kidney to a Trump supporter." Joy Behar actually said that, laughing, smirking, like withholding an organ was edgy comedy. Gutfeld didn't even need to exaggerate. He let the words hang in the air, then hit back with one of his coldest lines. "It's a kidney, not a pizza." The moment felt funny, until it wasn't. Because underneath the joke was something uglier, a belief system where politics matter more than human life. And Greg saw it instantly. This wasn't satire, it was tribalism with a smile. Viewers felt the shift. What had once been dismissed as just Joy being Joy now sounded dangerous, mean, petty. Gutfeld didn't explode, he dissected. And in that moment, he didn't just make her look ridiculous. He revealed what she really stood for. Not tolerance, not empathy, just blind, bitter resentment. All broadcast in HD. With Joy spiraling and the internet circling like sharks, one question took over. Is this the end of The View as we know it? The mask cracked, the Queen stumbled, and the Empire? It's shaking. For years, Joy Behar ruled The View with snark, swagger, and untouchable arrogance. But after Gutfeld's takedown, the cracks turned to collapse. Ratings dipped, social feeds turned savage. Every past gaffe, every smug one-liner suddenly looked like a symptom, not a strength. Her persona, once powerful, now felt hollow. And the show, a relic gasping for relevance. Gutfeld didn't just defeat Joy, he exposed the rot beneath the glitter. No low blows, no screaming matches, just surgical satire that left her unarmed and exposed. Behind the makeup and lighting, the cameras caught something rare. Fear. A woman who realized her grip was slipping. And Greg? He walked away untouched, hailed as the man who dismantled a media institution with a smirk. If this was a TV battle, it wasn't a debate. It was a public execution. Clever, clean, and devastating.